You are Locked On Hawks, your daily Atlanta Hawks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hey Dyson, welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you.
What's your experience been like in just a short time getting to play with some new teammates?
It's been great. This team here, it's got a really good feel to it. It's got I can feel the chemistry building already. A few new guys coming in, so it's important that we stick together. Do off-court activities and stuff just to keep building that chemistry. The city's been great. Really embraced me. Found some good food spots, and I'm excited to be here.
You speak of that chemistry. What was it like going with Trey and Zach and being a part of a tournament where you can get some of that on-the-court experience playing with those guys?
Yeah, that was fun. Me and Zach went down to Oklahoma with Trey, and he had like a little community event out there, and we were able to, get on the floor and run with Trey and some other guys as well. So that was really special because, we just got to Atlanta, and to already have that set up for us was cool. And like I said, it's all about building that chemistry, gelling together, and I think that's going to help us, come game one of the season.
Hey, Dyson, so you're everywhere on the floor. As a multi-positional defender, what type of adjustments do you have to make to guard a smaller point guard versus guarding a forward?
Yeah, I think, everyone's different. You have smaller point guards who can shoot it. You have smaller point guards who are more get on the rim type people. And, you come in with a scout of every game, what you want to take away from someone. And, for me, I pride my game on my defense. And, I scout everyone, my matchup who I'm going to be playing on before the game. I want the challenger guard and the best player every night. But, like I said, every player is different. Some people you want to take away their right hand. Some people you want to take away their step back going right. And some people you want to keep out of the paint. So, that's more of the guards, but forwards is about, sometimes they'll try to take you down to the post, so it's about finding, their hips, getting under them, making sure they can't back you down. Like I said, everyone's different. You kind of have to guard everyone a different way, so that's why I scout people before I play them.
How do you feel being able to play alongside guys like Bogey and Trey can maybe help you unlock some of your other tools offensively?
Yeah, these guys are super special, especially on the offensive end, and a guy like Trey who attracts so much attention. You can play off him. He's gonna, be finding me a kick out. I gotta make quick reads with the ball. Get downhill, shoot the ball, make plays for other people, and I think I'm gonna fit really nicely with this team and the style of play that we're gonna play. And a guy like Bogey who can shoot the lights out. He's gonna space the floor for everyone. So I'm excited to play with those two guys. But we got some really good players in this team, some athletes, some shooters. So I'm looking forward to hopefully playing a fast style of play. And it's gonna be fun this training camp.
What's up, Dyson? David Lee with the Afro. Welcome to the city. So I wanted to speak to you about your Olympic experience this summer. The previous year, you didn't get as much opportunity with the team, but as you've grown year by year, both offensively and defensively, you got a pretty big role this season. You were very confident offensively. You had that game winner during the friendlies as well. So I'm curious, what do you think has been your biggest growth, and what particular skill that's given your coaches on the national team the trust to keep you on the floor in the biggest moments?
Yeah, I think going back and playing with the national team is always fun, and it's a great experience playing with the Boomers, and just playing with your country gives you such a sense of pride. And I think one thing that not changed, but that I really brought into this Olympic campaign was my mindset. And I know that my first 2 years in the NBA and my first year at the World Cup with Australia last year wasn't me and how I exactly planned it to be. And I know that I have so much more in me, so much more that I can do. And it's about coming in with that mindset, being confident in myself, trusting my work that I put in. And I think that playing that Olympics and having a pretty good Olympic campaign really boosted me, going into the season. And I'm excited because, I got a lot to show this year.
Hey, Dyson. Welcome to Atlanta, by the way. They said a couple other players shared how the off-season training activities, the one thing that they took away from that was just how fast that y'all were able to play.
Yeah.
When you're coming to a new team and learning a new system and trying to develop chemistry with that, how can you kind of balance that kind of learning and, catching up to something that fast, that fast pace of play, while also, being able to reinforce your strengths and lead the defense?
Yeah, I mean, For me, I like playing fast. I think that's what it helps me with my game. And when you look at our roster, we got such athletic wings. We got Trey, obviously really fast point guard, who's willing to throw the ball ahead. You know, we got guys who can play above the rim. We got shooters. So if we play fast and when we keep the ball moving around, then we're going to be hard to stop. So I think that's what we have to do. You know, coming into this year, you know, keep the ball off the floor. You know, try and move it forward with the pass. And then obviously, you know, we got some guys at center like Clint. You know. Mo, you know, like these guys who can play above the rim as well, coming off pick and roll and stuff. So we have a very versatile group. Like I said, we've got big wings. Jalen, you know, he likes to play above the rim, but, you know, playing fast means that teams are, you know, you got to get back in transition as well in defense. So we're going to have to work together with that, you know, make sure that, I know they were a good offensive rebounding team last year, the Hawks were, so that's going to be important, but it's going to be important we have people back as well, because when you play fast, you know, you get up the floor, it comes with, you know, a little bit more turnovers and stuff like that. So, but for me, I want to take the challenge of guarding the best player every night. You know, just being out there, you know, being that, you know, kind of that backbone for guys like Trey, being able to switch things, you know, 1 through 4, you know, defend bigger people, defend smaller guards. So just being everywhere on the floor. You know, I got a big goal this year of, you know, making a first team all defense. So I'm gonna, you know, try to go out there and make that happen.
Hey, Dyson. So first, two-part question. What was your reaction to being traded? Obviously, I think you were with the national team when it happened, so I don't know how much you were able to process it when it happened. And then secondly, how has your time in New Orleans prepared you for potentially a new role and obviously the opportunity now being with the Hawks?
Yeah, I think, you know, I got called at 6 a.m. and I was asleep. So, you know, I was like, woke up out of my sleep and I was like, you know, kind of groggy, you know, picked up the phone, wasn't really expecting it. So I was kind of shocked, you know, especially for the first day. But once, you know, kind of everything settled down and, you know, I was able to, you know, come to myself and my thoughts, that I was excited. You know, I knew, you know, I wanted to be a part of a team like this, you know, a team that plays fast, a team that has the opportunity to, you know, be good. And, yeah, I was really excited. But, you know, playing New Orleans, I learned a lot. You know, I was kind of playing behind, you know, like some all-star caliber players, you know, some veterans as well, which I was able to learn from for my first 2 years. And, you know, that was great for me. But I think, you know, this trade has come at the right time, you know, going to year 3, ready to make that big jump. And, yeah, you know, that's what I'm ready for. So I'm really looking forward to this year.
Hi, Dyson. So coming to an offense predicated on a three-point shot, or at least that was last season, has that been a major area of development for you this summer? And how does your shooting performance from the Olympics give you confidence that you can be a positive contributor to that offense?
Yeah, I mean, my whole 3 years in the NBA has been a lot of shooting work and just finding what feels comfortable and what I want to stick with. And, you know, I think my Olympic campaign, I shot the ball, you know, pretty well, so I was very happy with that and want to carry that over into the NBA season this year. And, you know, I've been working with Kyle a lot, and, you know, one of the greatest shooters to, you know, ever play this game. So I've been working with him. You know, I've been getting some tips from him, and, you know, I'm excited because, you know, I've changed my shot a little bit, you know, getting it off faster and keeping the ball high. So I'm looking forward to, you know, getting a lot of open shots because, you know, when you play with the elite passers like Trey, you know, that you will get open shots for sure.
To kind of piggyback off that question, you mentioned, you know, working with Kyle and changing your shot. What were some specific, you know, tips or advice that he gave you or drills he had you do? And I guess in the mechanics, how did your shot change?
Yeah, so a lot of it was, you know, in the legs and, you know, getting my hips back. You know, when I was catching a lot, my hips were dropping down, my knees were like kind of folding in, whereas this one's about getting my hips back. And, you know, that also excels me to have a faster shot and keeping the ball high as well. You know, taking that big dip out of my shot, just getting it to my spot, getting it over my right toe, and then, you know, get my elbow high. So these are the main focuses that we've been working on, and it already feels comfortable. You know, I've been working with him for a few weeks now, but I'm starting to, you know, get in the flow and the rhythm of things, and the shot feels really good. So it's just about repetition now.
And Dyson, you've gotten a chance to play with Larry Nance Jr. I'm curious, with him coming over to the Hawks, what is he going to add to this team that you've seen?
Yeah, you know, I'm actually angry Larry's here because I'm kind of sick of him from New Orleans. But, Larry's a great player. He's really smart. You know, he's a big guy. He can play above the rim. He defends. He switches. He's really, you know, he can pass the ball. So he's got a lot of versatility to his game. And, you know, we played a lot together last year. You know, come off the bench, you know, playing with him. So I'm used to playing with a guy like him. He can catch it in the pocket, make plays. So I'm excited to have Larry here for sure. Actually, I'm not excited, but yeah.
What's up, Dyson? One more question from me. Cool. So when I'm watching your film, of course, the defense pops, but the spatial awareness that you have on both ends of the court really stands out to me as well. And so that manifests where you're jumping passing lanes or something like that. But especially, you have a very weird knack for back-tapping rebounds and somehow getting the offensive boards that way. Where did that skill come from? And also, just when did you start developing that?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just about making winning plays. And I would consider myself a player that has a pretty good basketball IQ. I know, on offense when to cut, the spots I need to be in. I know on defense, where I have a good assumption of where the ball's going to go, what players like to do, their tendencies. So just being in the right spot. But like I said, the back tap is just, I've been an offensive rebounder my whole career. But when you come here and you're coming up against, bigger bodies, athletic guys, sometimes you can't grab it. You just got to tip it out. And, most of the time, your team's going to be at the half-court line, or we're going to be on the backside. So if you get it out there, there's going to be someone there. So I'm usually in the corner a lot, so I'm crashing, three-point shots and stuff. And whenever I can get my hands on the ball and tip it out, I'm going to do that. But I wouldn't say it's really come from anywhere. I think, it's an easy thing to do. It's just about having the mindset of going to do it. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Thank you.